Well, the first thing I'll say is Billy Donovan out after 6 seasons as the Chicago Bulls head coach. It's very interesting because Billy Donovan, before the NBA, was the head coach of the Florida Gators in college basketball. One of the greatest college coach, one of the best coaches, guess best coach in Florida Gators college basketball history. I don't know. I mean, you can say, well, yeah, you very well could say he's one of the best college coaches ever because back to back national championships in college basketball. Anyways, that was years ago. However, though, there's a whole like cloud here, right? Because Billy Donovan was just fired by the Bulls, or released, fired, whatever you want to call it, by the Bulls. Steve Kerr is most likely done as the Warriors head coach, even if the Warriors offer him a bag of money, or they load up the Brink trucks and they go to Steve Kerr's house and they knock on the door. They say, "Hey, we still want you to be the coach, Steve. You've won 4 championships here. You've been our coach since 2014. We've been stable since you've been here. We had Mark Jackson before." Now, and then of course you took over, and the rest is history. You wrote your legacy here, right? You've won 4 championships as a head coach, and you won 5 as a player. Totals 9. So the thing is here is there's a coach in college basketball right now, which we talked about, which you guys know exactly who I'm going to bring up, Todd Golden. Well, the only reason why Todd Golden would ever leave college basketball or leave Florida, because he won a national championship player last year, would be to go to the NBA. And there is a very big connection for Todd Golden to go to the Golden State Warriors. This all connects, right? What I'm talking about. If you guys don't understand what I'm saying is Todd Golden could potentially go to the Warriors, and Steve Kerr is out. Billy Donovan leaves the Bulls, and he could take the open job with Florida. These are all hypotheticals, but that's crazy how the sports world could work, and it very well could work out that way. But shifting into college basketball here for a second, the only thing that I'm concerned about, or what I'm thinking about, is Thomas Howe just came back to Florida. He just said yesterday he's coming back. And then you, of course, Alex Condon. So it would be very tough for Todd Golden to leave Florida in that position. But the another thing too is an NBA team only cost them $2 million, or for him to be bought out. And Todd Golden has connections to Golden State. So that's my only concern, as you saw him when he coached at USF at University of San Francisco. In Golden State, he's got a connection to the LeCobe family. Steve Kerr is most likely out. Todd Golden has already proved himself at the college basketball level. You've seen what he's done with the Gators the past couple of seasons he's been there. One of the youngest coaches ever to 100 wins. One of the second youngest coach in college basketball history to win a title under 40, which was Jimmy V for NC State. And then you look at it and you go, well, the NBA is a perfect opportunity for Todd Golden. He could easily leave. Does he want to miss out on this opportunity? I don't know him personally, but if I was Todd Golden, I would take that NBA job. And now, I know I said a couple weeks ago with the Dusty May stuff, Dusty May would be crazy to leave. He'd be crazy to leave Michigan to go to a dumpster fire NBA team with, not a promising team. But we're not talking about just an NBA team. The Warriors are one of the biggest brands in all of sports because of what Steph Curry has put them on the map, and what in the modern era of what they've been able to do. I understand the Warriors had their time, with Wilt, Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, that era years ago, before I was even thought of. I'm talking about in the modern era right now. Would you pass up an opportunity to go do that? I can't answer that. It's a very tough pickle. But then again, the other side of the coin is, Joey, you're crazy. Todd Golden's not leaving Florida. He's built a legacy there. He could potentially win another title this year with Howe coming back, and Condon, and Chinyelu just declared for the draft, but he's mostly likely going to come back. And you have Boogie Flan there still. You just got back Denzel Aberdeen. He's not eligible. We don't know yet, but that's my biggest thing. But then there's also another thing too. Thomas Howe just came back to Florida. Does he know something that we don't? And I'm sure these rumors have loomed for a couple weeks, right? That's my only thing. That's what I'm feeling. But if I was Todd Golden, it's not just another NBA job. This is like, you're building for the future. You're building for the legacy. And then another side of the coin is Steph Curry is at the end of his career. Are you going to want to put yourself into a shoes of the Warriors are a mess? So maybe he says, no, I don't. Thank you guys so much to the LeCobe family. My loyalty is at Florida. I don't know personally, but this is how I'm feeling. I'm 50-50. I would lean 60 he stays at Florida, 40% he takes the Warriors job. He already has ties to the Bay. The LeCobe family loves him. They saw what he's been able to do at Florida. He has been great at developing young talent. That you've seen what he's like, what I said, what he's been able to do at Florida. But the NBA is a total different animal. Do you want to put your shoes into that? Do you want to step into that mess? Of course, the Warriors, Draymond Green's older now. Steph Curry's at the end of his career. What are you going to do, right? That's the thing. But you know what? I will say this now that I think about it. I think he's going to stay at Florida. I don't think he's going to take the NBA job. Maybe he says, you know what, guys, I appreciate the NBA job, but it's not the right time for me. I'm still building my legacy at Florida. Maybe not with the Warriors, but hey, let's revisit this NBA conversation in 5 years. He's still extremely, extremely young. Or maybe he says, you know what? I've done all I need to do at Florida. I brought them a title, their first title since 2007. They really haven't been that good since Billy Donovan left. They had the Mike White era. It was a disaster. Thanks to me, I brought this team and I put them back into contention. That we've blundered last year in the second round, but that's not our ending story. I don't know, guys. That's how I'm feeling.